let us go through some terms which are essential for one to understand, and let us understand the meaning behind these Sanskrit terms. The first term that we need to understand is karma. The word karma comes from the Sanskrit word kri, which stands for action. So all sorts of actions that we perform constitute karma, and karma is also memory. So whatever actions we perform, a sort of memory is created within us, within our minds, within the deepest layers of our mind, and this is karma. So every kind of action that we perform at the physical level, at the emotional level, at the energy level, all of them is accumulating and are creating certain impressions within our subtle bodies, within our minds, and this is karma. For the purposes of this video, this is the simple definition that you can take. And based on the ancient scriptures of Hinduism, we as this mind or the subtle body go through various cycles of life and death. So we are basically born in different bodies at different points in time, and we within ourselves and within the deepest layers of our mind will carry the memory of all those experiences and all those actions. So this is the understanding that we need to have when it comes to karma. The next term that we need to look at is vasana. Vasana are basically subtle tendencies. So each of us are a certain type of an individual. We all have some very deep-seated tendencies or desires or inclinations. So at a very subtle level, we are a certain type of a person and we have certain inclinations. These inclinations or tendencies are the vasanas. And the next term that we need to look at are the vrittis. Vrittis are the thoughts that happen at the surface level of the mind. These are vrittis. And then we need to look at samskaras. Samskaras are the cause for our personality. So the way we are, the personality that we have is based on different samskaras that we have. So samskaras are the behavioral traits. So we all behave in a certain way which is based on deep-seated belief systems that we have. All of this are samskaras that we hold within ourselves. Now let us look at how all these concepts are related to each other and how all these are controlling our lives without us knowing about it. The first term that we looked at is karma. So basically, like I explained earlier, we all carry a huge amount of karmic memory from the past, from our past lifetimes, from evolution, the DNA from our parents, etc. So all of this together constitutes karma, and it gives rise to our current vasanas. And our current vasanas, which are these subtle tendencies and inclinations, is our prakriti. Prakriti is nothing but nature. So each one of us are of a certain kind. So if someone gets angry, we say that it is his nature. And if someone else cries a lot, we tell that it is her nature to do so. So what are we referring to? This nature, prakriti, is because of vasanas, which are deep-seated inclinations that we have. This is the primary cause for you to be a certain kind of a person that you are today. And because of these vasanas, vrittis come into picture. Vrittis are nothing but the thoughts that comes to your mind on the surface level. So the thoughts that we keep thinking are vrittis. These are the modifications of the mind. And this is because of the vasana that we have. So a person with a certain kind of vasana will have a certain kind of vritti. So an angry person will think angry thoughts. A kind person thinks kind thoughts. And these vrittis or thoughts, if we keep thinking them again and again, they form belief systems. A belief is nothing but a thought that you keep thinking over and over again. The repeated thoughts and the thoughts that we keep thinking will form a belief system, and they will become a samskara, and they are ingrained into our personality. And through this samskara, we do different actions, and these actions will create more karma for us, and it will go and deposit into the total karmic memory that we hold. So this is how the cycle works. First there is our vasanas, and our vasanas give rise to our personality. And our personalities are responsible for the personal reality that we experience. So all of us have a certain kind of a personality, and all of us experience a certain kind of a reality all around us. And our personalities are very much connected to the personal realities that we experience. So the way we are as a person is very much determining what kind of life we attract to ourselves. This is a very profound way of understanding the nature of reality. And by studying these concepts and by studying the ancient scriptures of Vedanta and Bhagavad Gita, we can understand the nature of reality in a very deep way compared to the modern Western law of attraction teachings. So this is how reality is actually structured. First, we have our vasanas, which give rise to a personality. And because of the personality, we keep thinking a certain thought, and that thoughts that we keep thinking will become strong samskaras or belief systems. And with these belief systems, we perform actions again, which will again constitute to karma, and this karma will again create different vasanas. So this is the reason why a negative person goes on becoming more and more negative, a positive person goes on becoming more and more positive, a rich person goes on becoming more and more rich, and a poor person goes on becoming more and more poor usually. Of course, any individual at any point in time can break the cycle by being conscious and by letting go of the old belief systems and by consciously integrating new belief systems and new samskaras into his life. But this usually doesn't happen. Most of the people are enslaved by their vasanas and they can't come out of it consciously. And this is the reason the destinies of most of the people on the planet is predetermined. So, in order to come out of the cycle and in order to truly create the life that we actually want to live, we need to understand how the reality is structured. We need to understand this framework. And Ashtavakra said something very profound in his work Ashtavakra Gita. He says, Yamati sa gati bhavet, which translates to, however is your mind, however is your behavior and your thoughts and your belief systems, you will be such a person and you will in turn attract that life. So a positive person attracts a positive life and a negative person will attract negative life. If I say it like this, it seems obvious to us, but we do not truly understand it. We are unconsciously thinking thousands of thoughts and we are experiencing unconscious feelings throughout the day. And because of this, we are unconsciously attracting different circumstances and events in our lives. If we consciously begin to monitor our thoughts and feelings, and if we consciously imbibe new samskaras into our system, we can start creating a new positive personalities for ourselves. And through this, we can attract or create a positive reality for ourselves. So the first step to achieve this is to be aware, is to be conscious, is to just stop thinking unconsciously for a second and to just close our eyes and to just be aware of the thoughts and feelings that go through this mind every single moment, and just to stay there in stillness and just to witness those thoughts and feelings. And when we do so, they begin to lose their power and they begin to subside a little bit. And then we can, through meditation, through affirmations, introduce and induce positive thoughts and positive belief systems into our personality and start creating our lives consciously the way we want to. This is what we need to understand. And if you want to go deep into these concepts and if you want to understand how to consciously create the life that you actually want to live, you can join our community cum learning platform, the Advaita Conscious Society. You can visit advaita.com for more information on this.